Welcome to 8 Minutes Reading in Law Reader Channel. Today I will read from Article 435 to Article 446, Episode 1.34. Article 435. Promotion of intangible cultural heritage. Value the ministries or institutions responsible for cultural heritage. The ministry responsible for environment and natural resources and subnational administration shall promote and conserve intangible cultural heritage by creating important events at local, national, regional, and international levels, including festivals, art performances, or exhibitions. Article 436. Training on and transfer of intangible cultural heritage forms. 1. The ministries or institutions responsible for cultural heritage shall encourage education and dissemination programs in collaboration with relevant ministries or institutions to share intangible cultural heritage forms existing in the territory of the Kingdom of Cambodia, especially the nearly extinct intangible cultural heritage forms. 2. Ministries or institutions responsible for cultural heritage shall create various programs to train and transfer knowledge of intangible cultural heritage to the next generation. And 4. Sustainability. Article 437. Support for survey and publication of intangible cultural forms. The ministries or institutions responsible for cultural heritage shall enhance support and encouragement for the survey and publication of intangible cultural heritage forms, especially those needing conservation and emergent salvage. Chapter 5. Sustainable Water Resources Management. Part 1. Responsible Institutions. Article 438. Responsible Institutions. 1. The ministries or institutions responsible for water resources shall manage, control, and implement provisions concerning water resources and relevant legal instruments in consultation with relevant ministries or institutions and subnational administrations, if necessary. 2. In case of extracting water that may cause an impact on the causal or conservation zone of natural protected areas, the ministries or institutions responsible for water resources shall consult with the ministry responsible for environment and natural resources and subnational administrations. Article 439. Roles and Duties. 1. The ministries or institutions responsible for water resources shall be the Secretariat of the Royal Government in managing, controlling, and implementing provisions concerning water resources of this code and other relevant legal instruments. 2. The ministries or institutions responsible for water resources shall have the following roles and duties. A. Develop draft national policies, national strategic plans, action plans, legal instruments, and technical guidelines for water resource management. B. Develop draft water resource management, conservation, and development policies, master management plan, and data mapping for water resource management. C. Review and propose implementing relevant international legal tools for the royal government. D. Research, assess, collect, compound, and maintain water resource information data. E. Manage river basins, tributaries, watershed water, and underground catchment. F. Educate, disseminate, and raise awareness to the public to participate in water resource preservation and protection. G. Develop capacity and provide technical support to subnational administrations and communities for water resource management. H. Inspect, monitor, and evaluate water resource management. Article 440. Principles of Integrated Water Resources Management (IWRM). To sustainably manage and develop water resources, the relevant ministries or institutions shall adhere to the following principles. A. Social equity, which ensures access to an adequate quantity and quality of water by focusing mainly on underrepresented groups to an insufficient amount and quality of water necessary to sustain human well-being. B. Economic efficiency, which brings consumers the most significant financial benefit from using water resources. C. Environmental sustainability. This requires adequate allocation to sustain the natural functioning of threatened species and ecosystems. Article 441. Considerations in implementation. When implementing integrated water resources management, the ministries or institutions responsible for water resources and relevant ministries or institutions shall consider the following. A. All aspects of water resources. B. Linkages between water resources and other natural environment components, including land, fisheries, forest, flora, and fauna. C. The requirements for effective and sustainable water use by humans and the natural environment. Article 442. Cooperation of competent ministries and institutions. 1. All competent ministries or institutions responsible for water use, development, and sustainable management of living aquatic resources and their associated ecosystems shall collaborate to implement integrated water resources management. 2. Collaboration to implement integrated water resources management shall be determined by applicable legal instruments. Article 443. Participation of stakeholders. The relevant competent ministries and institutions shall collaborate with public and private legal entities to manage, invest, oversee commercial activities, conserve, and develop water resources. Article 444. National Inventory of Water Resources. The ministries or institutions responsible for water resources shall maintain a national inventory of the water resources of the Kingdom of Cambodia. Article 445. Data on water resources. 1. Data regarding water quantity, quality, and any other water-related information collected by the competent ministries or institutions shall be submitted to the ministry responsible for water resources in accordance with technical standards determined by the ministries or institutions responsible for water resources. 2. Water-related data shall be submitted to the ministries or institutions responsible for water resources at least once a year. Article 446. Availability of data. 1. The information and data shall be provided free of charge to all competent ministries or institutions and relevant stakeholders for the public interest. 2. The ministry or institution responsible for water resources may require the payment of a fee for data and information requested for commercial purposes. 3. The information stated above does not include information classified as confidential. Article 447. Development of legal instruments. The ministry or institution responsible for water resources may develop legal instruments, covering but not limited to the following aspects. A. Areas prohibited from water use or the construction of infrastructure / B. Development of provisions concerning infrastructures that take or use water resources. C. Establishment and management of a river basin authority. D. Identification of priority matters to be included in the river basin water resources plans. E. Incentives for research on or developing innovations to reduce waste, improve water quality, and increase water use efficiency. F. Incentives and disincentives related to financial mechanisms include, but are not limited to use charges and inclining block tariffs to encourage the efficient use of water resources. G. Creation and management of water use farmers associations. H. Declaration of natural protected water use zones. I. Designation and management of flood and drought retention areas. J. The infilling or alteration of natural watercourses. Thanks for listening and see you in episode 1.35. I will reread again from Article 447. Have a nice day.